Hey guys, this is Michael J. Crawford, the Anti-Trekker here, and I apologize for doing another serious video. They do come up every now and then. I know some of you hate them, but please, I beg you to listen to this one because, well, why not? So, I have a good friend, Lore Reloaded. Now, a lot of you that watch this channel may think, yeah, he's a good friend. You guys are constantly trolling each other, which is true. But let me make this clear. When I say he's a good friend, I don't mean, oh, he's some guy I know on YouTube. James, the Lore Reloaded, he lives 5 minutes down the road from me. He and I have been good friends for years and years and years. Ironically, we actually met on YouTube. And at the time, he was living in the South. I was living on the West Coast. And since then, I happened to move to the Southern region. And now we live about 5 minutes apart. When we're, like I said, very close friends. He's a good guy. We hang out. Yeah, when I say he's my friend, I mean it. And he's not just some guy I know. He had his channel shut down today. And to anybody who has never watched his channel, you're probably thinking, yes, so what? But to the rest of you who have actually probably seen his videos, you're probably wondering, like I was, what the heck for? I mean, after all, he's channel in a lot of veins similar to mine, although I tend to focus more on in-depth reviews of stories, while he gets into the lore, as hence the channel name, of the technology and characters involved, as opposed to, play-by-play reviews. And so in a way, I thought our two channels kind of complemented each other, although maybe I should adapt some of his ideas since he has a whole lot more, he did have a whole lot more subscribers than me, about 4 times what my channel does. And he also had less problems with copyright for some reason, I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, so he got a notification from YouTube today. And in that notification, he was informed the following.
We'd like to inform you that due to repeated or severe violations of our community guidelines,
and there's a link, of course, to the community guidelines,
your YouTube account, Lore Reloaded, has been suspended. After review, we determined that activity on your account violated our community guidelines, which prohibit spam, scams, or commercially deceptive content. Please be aware that you are prohibited from accessing, processing, or creating any other YouTube accounts. For more information about account terminations and how our community guidelines are enforced, please visit our helper center. If you would like to appeal this suspension, please submit this form.
Which, of course, James did appeal. And he actually got a message back from the appeal, which is the following. And this came in just a couple of hours before this recording.
Hello, thank you for your account suspension appeal. We have decided to keep your account suspended based on our community guidelines and terms of service. Please visit,
and once again, a link to there.
For more information, please do not respond to this email. Replies to this email will not be processed. Please refer to our help center for more information.
And we're going to get into those community guidelines in just a minute. But let me make this clear. Lore Reloaded lost his channel, and this is all the notification he received. And so basically he gets an email that says that due to repeated or severe violations. So it doesn't even say whether it was a severe violation or repeated violations. I mean, those are two very different things. For example, if you jaywalk every day for a month, and a cop sees you and gives you a little citation, after a month of jaywalking every day, you might actually serve some jail time because of a repeated violation. As opposed to you commit murder once, guess what? You're going to jail. So was it severe or was it repeated? Anyway, due to one of those, your account has been suspended, and they've determined that activity on the account violated their community guidelines, which prohibit spam, scams, or commercially deceptive content. Which one is it? I mean, did he send out spam? Was he committing a scam? Or was he being commercially deceptive? Because those are 3 very different things, and yet you want to just throw that in there in a blanket email so that he has no idea what happened to his channel. So, of course, he does the only reasonable thing he can is click on the little link to submit the form to appeal, and your appeal response is even more laughable than your initial response, where you say that we've decided to keep your account suspended based on our community guidelines. Oh, great. Which one? Now, before some of you think I'm getting all worked up over nothing, let me make this clear, okay? Yes, James is a personal friend, but it's more than just that. There's a lot of different people that use YouTube, that are content creators on YouTube, and a lot of them, they do it for fun, they do it as a hobby, and then there are some people that do it as a serious living. James is of the latter. This was not just a hobby to him. Granted, like with most people, it kind of started that way, but this wasn't just a hobby. This was his career. And and he was doing all right with it. Like I say, he had like 23,000 subscribers at the time that his account was suspended. His income this year from YouTube was going to be in the order of about $40,000. That is no small chunk of change. And believe me, I don't know how he does it, because even though I have a quarter of his subscribers, I don't have even nearly a quarter of his income. I would be much happier if I did, and I'd be able to put more time into my videos. But hey, that's a whole other story. The fact that he was actually making a living at this, and then you just take it away. I mean, I understand. I'm sure that buried away in the terms and conditions for being a YouTube content creator, you have it in there that you have the right to terminate the account for any reason you want, and without provocation, without explanation. I am not suggesting in any way, shape, or form that Google or YouTube has broken the law. But what you did is morally reprehensible and wrong. To simply take someone's income away without explanation. That makes no sense. And it doesn't matter if he was independently wealthy or not. That's a $40,000 a year job. And you just took it away without explanation of any kind. Except to say that it has something to do with spam, scams, or commercially deceptive content. So let's look at those policies, because it just so happens that there is, in fact, a page called, it's not exactly the same, but it's Spam, Deceptive Practices, and Scams Policy. So, and this is where the link in the email takes you. So there are several categories, and these are the specific policies. I'm not skipping over anything. So, video, channel, and comment spam is the first thing prohibited. It is not okay, this is what the actual YouTube policy states, it is not okay to post large amounts of untargeted, unwanted, or repetitive content in videos, comments, private messages, or other places on this site. If the main purpose of your content is to drive people off YouTube and onto another site, it will likely violate our spam policies. It is not okay to post large amounts of repetitive and or re-upload videos to your channel. If the main purpose of your channel is to monetize other channels' content, it will likely violate our spam policies. If you believe your copy-protected work was posted on YouTube without authorization, you may submit a copyright infringement notification. So what this policy is stating is, number one, you can't post the same comment over and over and over and over on YouTube, especially if you're trying to encourage people to go to a website other than YouTube. Okay, fine. And you can't post the same video over and over and over, and particularly if you're trying to monetize other channels' content. Again, fine. Neither of those things has James ever done. All right, now, I will be completely honest with you, because this is the first time I've dug into the policies this deep. That one has me a little nervous on my channel. And so I'll say right now, if for some reason my channel disappears, you can go to my Patron page, which is patreon.com/MichaelJCrawford. And if something happens to my YouTube channel, I will post updates there as to where I'm going, what I'm doing to make things right. And also on my Patron, just so you know, I'm going to be posting today a link from my patron to James's patron so that you can reach out to him. And of course, it'll say Lore Reloaded, so you'll know what I'm talking about. But and you don't have to subscribe or donate to my Patreon page to visit it. And so, don't think I'm just saying, hey, give me money. I'd love it if you gave me some money, but I'm not asking for that right now. But we can use Patreon as a kind of an emergency meeting place if something does happen to my channel as well as what happened to his. Anyway, but yeah, so this policy has me nervous, because one thing that I've been doing is with all of my videos, I actually end up uploading the video twice. The first time I upload it, it does not have the pre-roll and post-roll. In other words, the pre-roll is the part at the beginning of the video where you just see my avatar and saying, hey, thanks for watching, and here's my latest Patreon subscriber and stuff like that. That comes before the actual video proper, and then after the video, you get the post-roll with Yoda, currently in the Star Wars series, Yoda going, yeah, subscribe, like, all that. And so on the Patreon version, those two sections are gone so that it kind of shortens up the video a little bit. And I also run that video ad-free. I'm going to have to rethink that, because, well, if I'm uploading all my videos twice, once for the patrons, once for my regular YouTube subscribers. Is that a violation of the spam policy? I don't think it is, but considering they shut down Lore Reloaded, it might be. So I'm going to have to stop doing that and figure out something else for my patrons. And so to my patrons, I sincerely apologize because I wish that there was something I could do about that. What I may do is, create another account somewhere and link those videos to the patron page elsewhere to get you an ad-free version or something. I'm working on that. Anyway, let's move on. Add additional artificial traffic spam. This is the second policy in this section. Anything that artificially increases number of views, likes, comments, or other metric, either through use of automated systems or by serving up videos to unsuspecting viewers, is against our terms. Additionally, content that solely exists to incentivize viewers for engagement, views, likes, comments, is prohibited. So basically, it's okay at the end of your video to say, hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. However, if that's all you put in the video, that would actually be a violation of their terms and conditions. Additionally, you can't get bots and stuff to bump up your numbers. And that's reasonable. I don't have a problem with any of that. And I also happen to know that James doesn't do that. Beware that if you hire someone to promote your channel, that their decisions may impact your channel. Any method that violates our terms of service can result in the video or channel taken down, whether it is action taken by you or someone you've hired. Okay, but I'm pretty sure James has not hired a marketing company to do anything like that. Misleading metadata is the next section. Metadata refers to any and all additional information provided on the video, including the title, description, tags, annotations, and thumbnail. The reasons that we have metadata is so that you can track contextual information for these videos, blah, 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 blah. You can't lie in your tags and all that kind of stuff. James doesn't. I asked him point blank because I can't see the tags on his videos, and I believe him. Like I said, he's a close friend. He's like a brother to me. He says he doesn't, so I'm going to believe at this point that he doesn't. Misleading or racy thumbnails. Look, if you've seen the thumbnails for his videos, you know they're not racy because half of them have him in it, and it wouldn't even be possible to make him look racy. But misleading, not really. The closest you get is some of them are kind of a joke version of whatever he's talking about. Like I remember he did a video about the Dominion, and the thumbnail had a picture of like a Jem'Hadar at a lemonade stand. Well, it's still Dominion related. It was just kind of a silly thing. Next up, scams. Some users create content in attempts to trick others for their own financial gain. In other words, hey, get this ShamWow or whatever, and buy money, give me money. Yeah, that's scamming. It would be like if all I did on my, I know I've mentioned my Patreon a couple times, which sorry if you guys are getting tired of that, but if all I did in my video was talk about Patreon, that would probably be a violation of their terms of service. Blackmail or extortion. Yeah, I don't think James does his blackmail or extorting on YouTube. So there's nothing here that he violates, at least not clearly. Now, we were talking about it, and the only thing we could think of is possibly under the spam heading. One thing that happened was he was having trouble with the software he uses for live streaming. It's called XSplit. I happen to have the same software. I'm planning on starting up live streams sometime in the near future. And he was having some trouble with his streaming software and was working to get those problems resolved. I think he was working with the people at XSplit to resolve the problems. And while he was troubleshooting, he kept having to start and stop live streams. And so this would have the unintended result of having a bunch of little videos of him just basically sitting there while he's tweaking the settings and starting and stopping and tweaking the settings and starting and stopping. And he's saying, well, it's not long after he did that testing that he had his channel taken down. But seriously, if you have a channel like Lore Reloaded, has 23,000 subscribers, a ton of videos, and then all of a sudden one day you see like 5 or 6 little short videos pop up of him just sitting there, you'd think you'd ask him, hey, is there a problem? Something we can do to help? Something weird going on? Before you just shut him down. Because if James is making $40,000 a year out of this channel, YouTube's making at least twice that. Why would they get rid of that? The Force. So, yeah, at this point, James has been shut down, doesn't have any good explanation for it, and he's kind of stuck because he appealed and they just said no. So here's what I'm going to ask from you guys, and I'm being absolutely serious. There's a couple of things. Number one, you can screenshot, download, whatever you want to do with this video. Trust me, if anybody wants to use any section of this video or anything to mirror on their own channel, I will not file any strikes. You now have that from me verbally saying that in the video. I'm not going to go after anybody because they're using this video. So if you want to simply copy this video, or if you want to use parts of it or just screenshots from it, from some of the information I've shown, please do. Create your own version or upload this one on your channel so that we can get people to know, hey, this is not right. And it's not just Lore Reloaded. I'm sure there are lots of other people that this has happened to. And number two, and this is important, politely and respectfully reach out to Google and YouTube. Send them tweets, send them emails to their customer service, and say, hey, you took down this channel that didn't do anything wrong. Please reinstate Lore Reloaded. Now, if we can do those two things, we might be able to make a difference. And I know for a fact that some of you guys that subscribe to my channel have way more subscribers than I do because some of you are content creators. Please, you don't have to use my video, create your own version. But, you know, the frustrating thing here is that people are angry. Why are you doing this to people? I mean, James is not crazy. James is not going to, do something drastic. But why would you push people and why would you hurt people like this? This is, like I said, this is $40,000 a year you just took from them without explanation and without notice. If you have a $40,000 a year job and you walk into the office and then they just say, oh, by the way, you're fired. You say, what? Yeah, you violated our corporate rules. What? Yeah, you violated a rule. Which rule? Oh, you can look up the corporate rules. They're in the corporate rule book. Is that acceptable? Is that what we become? Because let me say this, and this is going straight into, from my mouth to hopefully the ears of someone at Google or YouTube. I'm sure that you guys feel pretty darn invincible in that you guys are in control of the internet, right? If people are streaming videos online, most of them are going through YouTube. If people are using a search engine, most of them are going through Google. Heck, Google is in the dictionary. And so you guys are on top of the world in total control and have nothing to fear. And you know what? A few years ago, you could say the exact same thing about Yahoo and MySpace. Something to think about. That was a pretty good ending. I like that. I have to keep that. Well, glad I'm done with that. So now that I'm done recording, let me just... Oh, crap. Did I leave this thing